My Uber driver spent the entire ride insulting me in his own language, without realizing I understood every word. When I first moved back to Chicago from Romania, I missed everything about my old life there. I had studied and worked in Romania for years, so by the time I returned to the US, I spoke the language fluently, well enough to pass as a native speaker. A few months after settling in, I ordered an Uber to visit a friend across town. When the car arrived, I noticed right away that the driver's name was unmistakably Romanian. I smiled, thinking it might be fun to chat a bit and maybe practice my Romanian again. But as soon as I got in, I realized he was already on the phone, speaking loudly and sharply in Romanian. At first, I waited quietly, thinking I'd introduce myself once he hung up. But then I started catching words. My smile slowly disappeared when I realized he was talking about me. "Yeah, I picked up another one," he said. "American women are all the same, lazy, overweight, and dress like they don't own a mirror. This one's got a decent chest at least, but her face probably thinks she's beautiful because men here have low standards." He laughed, one of those deep, mean laughs that people use when they think they're being clever. His friend on the other end joined in, and he went on, "Back home, women actually take care of themselves. Here, they just eat and complain. That's why they're always alone." I froze in the back seat, my hands tightening around my phone. Part of me wanted to yell at him right then, but another part told me to wait, let him dig his own grave a little deeper. As we got closer to my stop, he kept ranting, even complaining about his passengers. "These Americans," he sneered, "they tip like they're broke. Act rich, but can't even pay properly. Sometimes I wish I could just take their money and leave them stranded." That was it. I hit record on my phone. When we pulled up to my building, I leaned forward and, in perfect Romanian, said, "Could you please pull over to the right?" He froze mid-sentence. His head whipped around so fast I thought he might hurt himself. His face turned bright red, and his mouth opened, but no sound came out. I stared at him in the mirror and said calmly, still in Romanian, "You should be careful what you say about people, especially when they understand every word." He stammered, I didn't mean." I cut him off and played the short clip I'd recorded, his own voice echoing through the car, calling me fat, lazy, and ugly. His eyes went wide. Then I leaned closer and said, "You're not exactly a supermodel yourself. Maybe fix your attitude before judging anyone else." As I stepped out, I paused at the door and added with a cold smile, "I'm sending this to Uber support. Let's see how many more rides you get after that." The color drained from his face as he started begging me not to report him.
I didn't respond.
I just shut the door and walked away, leaving him to stew in his own panic. Of course, I never actually sent the report. I didn't need to.